In my professional career, I write, but that's for other people. As a member of the Writers Hub, I'm able to write for myself, and it's just a joy. It's more than a hobby. It's a passion, and it just is everything.
It's cathartic. It's therapeutic. It feels so good to write about something that kind of is maybe drawn on something that's part of my life or the world or something I've seen, and how I get that out just makes me feel better.
I started writing in 2018, and I am in my final year of studying to be a therapist, and that was inspired through my writing as well, and through having gone to counselling. And I think that really sort of opening up that door has been beneficial for me as a person, but also opening conversations with other people. And we had that in one of the sessions in the Writers Hub, where I had brought a piece on writer's block. And it was really interesting to see how a discussion opened on the difficulty of being a writer, but how isolating it can be, and then how difficult it can be to, say, go to certain places in writing, but then how to actually get back out of those places, and how important it is to have a group of support for that, to sort of help ground you whenever you go into maybe those darker places in writing, or even into the bright places.
I get a degree of satisfaction from work, but I don't get a huge degree of it. I don't feel the passion, the joy, and the freedom that I feel whenever I'm writing something. And the Writers Hub is a fantastic way I get to do that.
Writing is pretty much should be a cornerstone, or I think it is one of the cornerstones of my self-care as well. And yeah, I think that it is very important.
So this piece is called Coming Back from Writer's Block, and it's about writer's block, but also, I guess, more widely, it's about sense of feeling stuck in life, but also the importance of rest, the importance of loved ones and community, and then of just really taking care of yourself, remembering what's important. But yeah, this is Coming Back from Writer's Block. If I were being honest, I would say this to you. Some days, it won't be easy. Some days your pencil will be heavy as lead and your creativity frozen solid. And you'll walk through a bitterly cold night, being snapped at by snow and torn by the piercing wind. You'll walk and you'll walk with your leaden pencil in hand, and your scribbles will feel unimportant, unoriginal, and useless. And you'll throw a page down in frustration, and another, until you find a solitary cave to rest in. You'll sit and wonder why you follow this path, whether it's right to write when there's sometimes so much to say with silence and so little to say with words. You'll lie down, defeated and lost, with a sense that the stories living within you are just out of reach. And you'll sleep to restless dreams of storming seas and ships off course, of locked doors and of strange faces in familiar places. And while you rest, you'll not notice the people who have walked behind you, who knelt down to pick up your words and smile at your prose, whose souls were unlocked by the voice of your pencil. And on the wind they cocked their ears to catch a whisper of the hope you brought alive in their hearts. And they'll come to you, arms outstretched to pick you up and remind you of the words that they held so dear. They'll tell you that a heavy burden gets lighter with company, that creativity flourishes when you let go, that resting doesn't only bring new dawns, but that it beckons daybreak and dusk, that it lets you witness the sunsets of yesterdays and the sunrises of tomorrows, and most of all, they'll take your weary, heavy hands and hold them until they relax into the gentle hands they've always been. And it'll all come back to you. The forest, the bench, the light striking the smoke, the robin in the sunrise and the curve of her neck, the sun dripping on the ocean, the phoenix on the mountain, the pain, the joy, the love. You. It'll all come back to you in one fell swoop. And you'll look up and you'll see their smiles twinkling in the early sunrise, and you'll be ready for bursting. And that's how it goes. The ebb and the flow, the up and the down, the inspiration and expiration, the light and the darkness. It won't be easy, but it'll be worth it.
One of the scariest things about my writing was like reading in front of people. Like public speaking, it's never been one of my strong suits, I would say. But like getting out there, reading out in like pubs and like, different aspects, it's really helped me like come into my own as my writer. Like how people like would listen to my writing compared to like just reading it themselves. I feel like definitely gives you more control of your own work and like helps bring more people into the fold, so it does. So I'm very proud of that as well.
Sitting in a sulking silence, the busy buzz of electric static and warm wirings whirring inside my laptop, as I stare blank and bored to the white foam of the glitching cadaver that is my university revision. For me at least, this past week or two, the unfortunate visage is now a familiar sight. Now more prominent due to the unfortunate juxtaposition with the holiday season that seems to be unwrapping itself in my proximity. There is no white Christmas outside, mostly just a grey winter. Rain and sleet sinking underfoot, as little white promises of snow sneak from the sky, only to be upended by a quick flash of rain. The large lap cat of a cloud sits lazy on the horizon, just past the window. It doesn't seem to promise any snowball fights, not anytime soon. I accept that in all possibility, that there shall be no starry night this Christmas, no wrapping up under warm duvets, sheets and pillows piled high, comatose after being stuffed with all manner of greasy grub to soothe the soul. That dream died with adulthood and exam season. The foggy glass matching foggy sky and a foggy future of what's to come. Then suddenly, a crack and a fizzle, somewhere in some estate over yonder, a firework flies high skyward in search of free air and bursts with bubbling booze and reds roaring out across the night sky, sending shivers through the cityscape. I shake my head in the sense of false wisdom that comes with early adulthood, and for just a moment, I stop and contemplate my present situation, how I complain and cry in my situation. It's in the single digits outside, and I'm inside sporting a t-shirt and jeans. Money is tight this year, and I'm wondering whether I could stuff my face with some fast food schlop to somehow comfort me in my time of need. I heard a firework blast into the sky, and I sat back and sniggered. Others somewhere far away and yet so close are running for cover. Tonight, I'll sleep secure and sound under sheets of linen and wool. Others will be tucked into sheets of glass and rubble, slag and speckles of debris spat about their homestead. Babies were born and cried and died all within the space of a few hours, never even named due to the brevity of their existence. Not a soul there to name them. I complain of schoolwork and the chore of it, even when now schools of thought were blown away without one, only leaving pockmarks scarring the earth abound, or a port of horror more gruesome than what could be put onto pages, written in the miles and miles and miles of bombed-out buildings, rubble-filled streets, and the cries calling into the night, until eventually they grow into the most silent of nights, holy in only the horror of hands clasped together, praying to whatever God may listen to end the night and the horror. There is no starry night where I am this season, but unfortunately for others, the night skies abound, with crackles of flame and fire swirling in an aurora borealis of brutality, shooting stars streak into the sky, soaring high, each a wish, a hope, a prayer, that they might make it to the morning, so that the other shooting stars, storming, scarring, screeching through the sky, won't sink to the earth and give fruit to the wish that was made, that they don't deserve to exist. This Christmas, this holiday season, After I finish my revision, I'll zip in my bag, go home, love and be loved by those around me, sink into soft and sweet rest wrapped in blanket and bed and home. I won't see the night sky, or make a wish on a shooting star, or maybe even get a present this year, but to be home, to be safe, this year might be the most greatest and most thoughtful present of them all. Thank you all.